Okay, so now that I have that crankshaft bolt out, I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove the crankshaft pulley. So, and again, this one should easily kind of come off. You see that? See how I just wiggled it out like so. It just came off. All right. Just want to kind of show you a little bit how that works. And again, that's the second way of taking it out. The first way was with the chain wrench, crescent chain wrench, and this is another way. Either way, whatever is to your budget. If you have one of these or the wrenches, chain wrench, you can use that. Okay, so let's go into the next step and continue removing I believe this is the timing belt cover, the bottom one. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way, and then we'll continue the process. Alright guys. Alright guys, so before we could take the lower timing belt cover, there's a plastic plastic bracket that we have to take off, which is this one. It's basically a hold on by two 10mm bolts. Let me show you how to take it off real quick. It's better if you go underneath the vehicle, and now we can take it off. So this is the actual plastic bracket that I was talking about. Let me go and see if I can take the first bolt off. Again, this is a 10mm bolt. Okay, that's one. Bear with me. Alright, hopefully I could give you guys a better camera angle here. Here's the second one. Let's see if I can take this one off. Okay. Here it is. Now this little plastic bracket is just gonna pull it out like so. Get it out of the way. Just gonna put a little bit bottom, and then the bottom timing belt cover, it has a 10mm nut there, a 10mm nut there, another one right, I don't know if you can see it, it's right here, and then there's one here at the edge. So let me see if I can take those out here. And again, sorry about the lighting. That's one, two, three. See how it's coming off already? So let me go ahead and get that last one on the top there. Let me first get these bolts out, that way I don't lose them. And the last one, it's on the top. Let's see if I can get it through here. Bear with me. Okay, I got that last one out. And now the lower timing belt cover should come off. Just pull it like so. Alright. So this is what we have so far. Okay. So as you can see, now the timing belt, it's fully able to be taken off. But before we do that, let me go on top of the vehicle so I can kind of show you a better angle. Alright guys, so here's a better angle from the top. Again, everything's still aligned. As you can see, there's a timing mark right there. I still top dead center. Also here, top dead center, and here, top dead center. So next step, I'm gonna gently remove this. I think it's like a backing plate. I'm gonna remove it here, like so. Just remember how you took it off. See how there's like a little key there? So when I put it back, make sure it's gonna line up there. Okay. So let me remove this, like so. Bear with me. And now, the next step, in order for us to remove the timing belt, I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the hydraulic tensioner. Once I remove that, the tensioner here is going to back off a little bit. And it's going to allow me to take out the timing belt. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Let me get you guys a better camera angle. Alright guys, so here's a better angle. Here's that right there. That's the hydraulic tensioner. Let me give you a better angle. Let me take off the AC pulley. Bear with me. Okay. Now I think you can see the hydraulic tensioner. It's this long thing here. Now this is held in by a 12mm nut. As you can see, it's right there, and there's one behind it. I'll show you a little bit where that is. You could easily take this one out. You could actually use a 12mm wrench to take out the one in the front. Let me show you how easy that is. Bear with me. 1 second. There we go. Okay, there you go. See how easy that came out? Bear with me. The little bracket that was here just fell off. No big deal, but so basically this is a 12mm bolt. Taking it off as best I can. Now, the one in the back, you will need a setup. Let me show you. And the way you get to the one in the back, you have to kind of put an extension. Let me see here, under here. I don't know if you can see. There's a nut. That's a nut in the back, and that's also a 12mm bolt. I'm trying to see if I could get a better lighting here for you guys. Okay, I think oh, there you go. I don't know if you can see it through there, but that's a nut behind. Let me see. Bear with me. Okay, there you go. I think that's the bolt. That's a 12mm bolt. That's the one in the back of the tensioner. And again, the only way to access it is through here. Now Toyota does say that I do have to take out the AC condenser, and then there's this bracket right here I have to take out, but you know, that's work, and I don't like to work hard. I like to work smart. So I'm actually gonna show you guys a way you guys could cheat, and I'm gonna show you how you guys could get that. Let's see if I can get better lighting. That nut. Bear with me. I just had it. guess not. But you're gonna put an extension because that's the tensioner right there from the bottom side. So let me show you how to take that one, the one in the back out. Alright, and again, we're gonna remove this one right here. Alright guys, so here's the setup that we're gonna use to take out the hydraulic tensioner, the bolt in the back. Basically, it's just a 12 millimeter nut with a swivel extension, a 3-inch extension, and I think this is a 6-inch. So, and then this is a 1/4 ratchet. So this is a setup I'm gonna use to get that back nut. But what I like to do, I'm going to show you guys a little trick. You see how this wobbles a lot? So when I try to put it inside, this is going to move a lot. So what I learned over the years, I'm going to get some black tape, electrical black tape. I'm just going to do it like maybe either 2 turns, so that way I can kind of stiffen it up. Doesn't move too much, like so. The reason why I'm using black tape is because it's still flexible. See that? That doesn't really move a lot. So let me show you guys how I'm gonna do this. Bear with me. Okay. See if I can get you guys some lighting. Okay, so that's the hydraulic tensioner. Now you can see the 12 millimeter nut there. So the one in the back, again, bear with me on the lighting. See if I can show you here. Wait 1 second. Here's my extension with the ratchet, and I'm gonna kind of go here underneath it. I don't know if you can see that. Underneath here. Like so. See if I can give you guys some lighting. 1 second. Okay, again, I'm sticking that socket in that by the bracket of the AC condenser, making my way up like so. And now that I'm there, let me see if I can get you guys a view on the top here. Bear with me. See that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're trying to get that socket to go into the... Okay, there we go. Let me show you an angle there. With me. See that lighting? I don't know if you can see my socket. That's already in place. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and turn. Here's my setup. I'm going to go ahead and turn. See if I can show you guys somewhere. Sucks. But see how I'm actually turning it as I go. I'm getting that socket out. Bear with me. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take out the one in the front. The one in the bottom, I went in and go ahead and loosen it up, so that's already there. So now I'm just taking this one out. And again, this is a 12 millimeter socket. I'm using a 1/4 ratchet here. And again, this is I'm loosening the hydraulic tensioner so that way I can take the timing belt off. See that? Easy, right? You can do this, man. Just have to be patient. Taking that nut out. I did use a wrench, but I found that this is actually more easier. Okay, so I'm gonna take that out by hand, and I'll show you the next step. Okay. Alright guys, now that I loosen up the tensioner, hydraulic tensioner at the bottom, I'm going to start removing the pulleys. I'm going to first remove this one. This is a top pulley. This is a 14 millimeter nut. So let me go and remove that here real quick. Let me get a better leverage here. There we go. Okay. So let me go ahead and finish taking this off, and then I'm gonna start replacing these pulleys. At the same time, I'm gonna take out the timing belt. Okay. So let's go and do that real quick. Bear with me. Let me see if I can do this with one hand, but if I can't, bear with me. Okay. Alright. So now that I've loosened that up, this should easily come out. Bear with me. Okay, a couple more turns. Bear with me. Let's see if I can do this in one. Okay. Alright, good. Alright guys, here's a better shot. I'm removing this 14mm bolt. And again, I will be replacing all the tensioners in this truck, just so that we can have a peace of mind. Alright, take this one out. And this pulley should just come right out. Okay, now that I've taken out this is actually the second idle pulley. I'm sorry, the number 2 idle pulley. This is the number 1 idle pulley. So now that I've taken out the second idle pulley, we had a 14mm bolt in there. Now we can actually take out the timing belt. As you can see, I get you a better angle here. Just able to remove it like so. There you go. All in all, it is a simple job. You just kind of, again, have to be patient. The next step, we're gonna go ahead and take out this first idle pulley. So we are gonna need a special socket. Let me get it for you real quick. Okay, so to take out the number 1 idle pulley, you will need a 10mm hex socket here. And the way you're able to take this one off is that, I'll show you a better angle. This is gonna be inserted here. So now we're just gonna put a ratchet and break this loose. Alright, so let's go and get that. Let me show you how to do that here real quick. Okay. Alright. See here. Put this bad boy in here. Alright, so get a little bit of leverage and pry that sucker out of there. Okay. That was easy. I'm just gonna go in and ratchet it out, take it out. Bear with me. I think I can do the rest by hand. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. Just gonna loosen that up. Alright, there we go. Get it out of the way here. Just remember, there is a small, see this, there's like a little washer. Let me grab the washer here real quick. I guess you can barely see it because of the coolant, but don't forget this little washer. Let me grab it here. Okay. There we go. Don't forget to put this in here. So let me just go ahead and clean this up here real quick. And just gonna give you a better idea. This is what I took off. So the washer is behind this. Let's see. Goes like this. So when you do go put it back, don't forget the washer. Okay? Perfect. Okay, so the next step, we're going to go ahead and remove the water pump since I am replacing it. But as you can see here, there's a lot of leftover dry coolant over the years. So before I actually take this out, you don't have to do this step, but I just want to do it so that way I don't have to worry about this, you know, coolant just dropping on my driveway, whatever the case might be. But I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. The way I do it, I just, if you have access to a vacuum, or in my case, I'm going to use a vacuum and a nylon brush, so I can kind of like get that dry coolant powder out of there, and, you know, clean my area here real quick. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alright guys, see? Now looks way better. So now the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the actual water pump. The water pump, I don't know if you can see here, but it's it has I believe, bear with me, let me double check here. Okay guys, I do apologize, I did get ahead of myself. Before we even take out the water pump, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the thermostat housing, which is this long tube here. It's basically hold on by two 12mm nuts, one right here, another one right there. In my vehicle I have this wire harness here, and one of the wire harness comes down here and is connected to the camshaft sensor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pry this wire harness out. It's basically like a small little You can get a screwdriver, or you can use a tool like this to try to pry that out real quick. It's like a plastic thing, harness. There you go. So I took that off there. Just don't forget to, when you put it back, make sure you put it in place, connect it back, okay? So let me go and just move this out of the way, like so. And the next step that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like use like a shop rag, or if you have like a plastic bag or something. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it underneath that sensor, so that way when I take out the thermostat housing, it doesn't wet the sensor in any way, shape, or form. So, and again, you can use a shop rag or a plastic bag, whatever you have on hand. Alright, so let me go ahead and get that thermostat housing out. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and take out the thermostat housing. Again, it is a 12mm socket you're going to use. So let me go ahead and remove that here. Okay. And again guys, it's just two nuts that I took out. So next step, also this little hinge here, bracket that was holding that wiring harness, I'm gonna remove it here. And then all you have to do is just pull on the thermostat housing. And this is where I told you having that shop rag or a plastic bag over the bottom part is going to be helpful. Let me go ahead and remove this here. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, you know what, I forgot that there's also a third 12mm nut here. So that's the reason why I wasn't able to take that off, but let me go ahead and remove that here. Bear with me. Alright. Here was that last 12mm nut underneath it. So now we can really take it out. Just pry it out like so. There we go. Make sure you have your catch pan underneath in case you have some cooling coming out. Alright guys, let me just give you a better angle here. So if you can see the thermostat, just make sure you make a note of the position it is. See how it has this little, it's like a little bell. Make sure you put your union thermostat, the little bell, facing up here. Okay, just make a note of that. And to remove the thermostat, all we do, we just pull it out. Let me show you here. See if I get you a better angle. Let's see. Pretty stuck in there, so what I'm gonna do, let me see if I could grab something to grab it out with gently. There we go. There we go. Alright. And again, that's the reason why I had that shop rag, and make sure you have your catch pan underneath the car. Okay, so you can catch any excessive coolant. Alright, so now that we have that out, now we can definitely remove the water pump. And again, one of the ways we can remove the water pump, we do have 6 12mm bolts. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can see this. 4 right here. And then we have a 5th one right here, and we do have a 6th one. I don't know if you can see that right there. So let's go ahead and remove that, and that'll allow us to get that water pump out of here. Okay, let's get that done. Okay guys, I just want to correct myself. There's actually 7 bolts. I didn't see this last one here, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bottom one 6, and then this last one 7. I didn't see it because it was kind of full of oil, but it's going to be 7 12mm bolts. Alright, so let's go and take this off. And in case you're wondering, there, as you can probably see, it's a little bit of oil. It's not the camshaft seal. I guess I've had over the past year, I've had a leak on the valve cover, so I guess it's just leaking on this side. But today, double checked the seals on both the cams, and they look good, so I'm not going to be changing that. But let's go back to changing this water pump here real quick. Let me show you how. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to go ahead and remove the water pump. Just give me the first bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th one. I'm gonna have to get an extension for that one, but let me get this other bolt. Let me go ahead and grab an extension for the bottom one here. Bear with me. Alright guys, I got a better extension here so I can show you how to take the last one. And in case you're wondering, the bolts are all the same. If you can see that, there's the sizes are the same, so you don't have to worry about which one's which. Let me show you here. They're all the same size, so when you put them back, you don't have to worry about, again, which is on the top, which is at the bottom. Alright, so I'm actually gonna clean these off. Again, that's basically the coolant, dry coolant over the years that dried up. So let me go ahead and remove that water pump here. Okay guys, so before we actually take the water pump out, we do have to take there's like a hose clamp that's I guess I wasn't able to see it because this thing here was on the way, so I'm gonna move it out of the way and give you guys better access here. This is a hose clamp. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it like so. I'm gonna push it around here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try to loosen up that hose. Bear with me. Let me grab something real quick. Alright guys, I'm back. Let me just move this wiring harness out of the way. So I already took out the clamp there holding the hose. I'm gonna go back to my handy dandy hose pick. I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove that hose out of here. See if I have any luck. Hopefully it won't. Just be careful not to rip it, guys, because it's been here for a while. See if I can do this in one hand. Okay, it's coming. Let's see. Alright. You know what? Let me see if I have something in my toolbox. Make it easier. Alright guys, we're in luck. I did find my hose pliers. These are not expensive. I bought these at the Harbor Freight for like, I think the set was like 10 bucks. So this is where they come in handy. Let me go ahead and get that hose separated. Bear with me. Alright, there we go. So now that we have that separated, just pull it out like so. So now I can take it out with my hand. Pliers are just, I can grip easy. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, so next step, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the water pump. At this point it should come out easily. Let me see if I have any luck. Wish me luck here. Oh, here we go. Alright. There we go. There we go. Kind of work. So I'm going back and forth. Alright. And that, my friends, is how you take a water pump from a 3.4 liter Toyota engine V6. Alright guys, so again, the other important thing, you know, just make sure you clean around the water pump. You know, take the extra time to try to get whatever gasket still in, you know, somehow stuck here, because you definitely don't want to go ahead and don't clean it and put your water pump and then there's a leak and then you'll be kicking yourself. You're gonna have to redo all this process again. So just make sure you do take the extra time to try to clean this as much as you can to avoid any type of you know, good tie when you put on that gasket. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here, making sure all this is clean. And I did forget to mention, I did loosen the hydraulic tensioner here, but now I'm gonna go ahead and remove it because I am gonna install a new one, just because this is 180,000 miles old. I don't want it to fail on me, so just don't forget to take this out. And again, you just take this bolt out and then you use the setup I told you about, using that 1/4 ratchet underneath the bracket, and then take this one out. So I almost forgot to tell you that. And again, just take the time to clean this really good. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up cleaning this here real quick, and then we'll start installing everything back how we kind of took it out. Okay. Alright. Okay guys, going back to this hydraulic tensioner, the reason why I didn't take it all off before, I only loosened this because I wanted to kind of give you guys a better picture of how you're able to take it out. Let me go ahead and show you. Okay, see, now that I have the crankshaft pulley out, you can kind of see a better picture of the hydraulic tensioner, which is here. Again, this is the bolt, the front one, and then in the back, I don't know if I can give you a better angle, but it's back there. Let me kind of show you how you're able to take it out. Again, give me 1 second here. Bear with me. Again, I'm just using the same setup I told you. This is a 1/4 ratchet with a 6-inch extension, then a 3-inch, and then a 12 millimeter. So basically, again, there's gonna be like a little space here. Let me see here. I don't know if you can see. And it's gonna go through here. Then I'm gonna get that bolt. There you go. And I'm actually turning it like so. Removing that the bottom one. And again, I wish I had better lighting, but let's see if I can kind of do this with one hand. Bear with me. Okay. 1 second. Put some light in here and there. Maybe you guys kind of see better. I'm saying, okay, there I am. I'm just taking that bottom on the bolt. I'm almost there. Alright, I took it off. See, this is the bolt that's on the top, but on the other side of the hydraulic tensioner, and then the rest I could just take it off on this side. Like so. Bear with me. There you go. So that's the bolt, and there goes the hydraulic tensioner again. I wanted to kind of wait. I know earlier I did go ahead and tell you I was going to take it off, but I wanted to wait and show you a better picture of how you could actually take this out like so. And again, you don't really have to take out the AC or the bracket. This is just an easier way to take this one out. And let me just show you what two bolts. One's right there, the other one's back there. Obviously that one you can hardly see from the front, but I just want to kind of give you an idea. And don't forget to take out the boot. There's this boot right here, this black one. Make sure you take that one out, because when you put the new one, if you're replacing the new one, you don't put it on top of it, okay? Let me go and just take it out. Bear with me. See this boot? Don't forget to take it out. This one right here. And again, if you're reusing this hydraulic tensioner, you would have to kind of put this hydraulic tensioner in the vise and squeeze the vise, kind of like, I would recommend put like a shop rag here and there so you won't damage it. So if you're reusing this, you just put it in a vise, and then you just close the vise, and then you this little pin will go inwards, and then you see this this little there's like a small little hole in that pin, and then there's another hole right underneath it right there. So when you do put in the vise, as this gets squeezed in, you can put like a small little nail, or maybe a small little Allen wrench that fits in there. So that way, once this is closed, you put it in there, and then when you install it back in the vehicle, once you put the timing belt, you just take the little pin out, and then this will kind of like pressure itself there. So again, I just wanted to kind of show you in more detailed how you would take this hydraulic tensioner, and I wanted to kind of give you guys a better view of doing it. And again, by doing it my method, you'll save an extra 30 minutes of work, because you don't have to take out the AC condenser, and also you don't have to take the AC bracket. Hopefully that helps, guys. Alright guys, let me just kind of show you what I'm talking about here. You do need a vise, so we can go ahead and push that pin back in. Here is the hydraulic tensioner. Again, if I remove the boot, you can see how there is a small little hole there, and then that hole, once we put it in the vise and start turning it, that's going to be compressed. And then you need something like this. This is an Allen wrench, something that would fit in this hole, like so, like that. And then once you put in the vise and you compress it, it's going to go right through this one right there. So let me kind of get you an idea how to do this. Again, don't forget the boot, very important. And you want to face this small entrance the same way those little holes are, kind of like so, right there. And again, this is only if you're reusing the hydraulic tensioner. I'm not reusing it. I'm just gonna replace it because it's 180,000 miles. So I'm gonna put it in here like this, and then let me see if I could turn it. No, I can't. Let me see if I could turn it. You see here, just turning this bad boy here, this lever, so I can get a nice. Let me see here. Just put it there. Just be careful. Make sure you wear some safety glasses when you're doing this, because you know this could actually come up. All right. So all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and start tying this. And you're gonna see the actual pin's gonna start to compress. Just be very careful. You want to take your time doing this. See how it's compressing? There we go. Alright. Again, I'm just turning this bad boy here. And normally, what I like to do, I just like to grab this Allen wrench and just kind of like see where the hole is on this side. Okay, there we go. I can feel that I went inside the small hole, and I'm gonna continue doing this a couple more turns. I'm gonna come back. See if I can feel it. Okay, you can actually feel it. I can feel it. So I'm almost there. Let's see. All right. You see how the Allen wrench went right through? I don't know if you can see that, but see how I'm able to take it off. Put this in there. Let's see here. Bear with me. Okay, there we go. See how it's going all the way to the other side, like so. That's what you want to happen. And then once you have that, it's basically already compressed. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen it up, like so. Here we go. I'm just turning this with my foot here. Hopefully that this doesn't fall down. Let's see. There we go. Alright. So this is again what you want to do. Kind of want to have it this way. So when you do install this back in the appropriate area, when you're ready to, once you put the timing belt on correctly, then you just pull this out, and then it should come out. So again, this is one way I wanted to kind of show you guys. Again, this is the old one. If you're going to reuse your tensioner, you could definitely do it this way. Okay. Alright guys, now that we have everything cleaned up, as you can see, I scraped everything out. Took my time again to make sure everything's cleaned. So now we're going to go ahead and put the water pump. Now, it's very important. I do recommend compare the water pump to the one you're actually going to replace. Again, this is my water pump right here. This is Beck and Arley, made in Japan. I always kind of like to compare every part that I put on side by side, so that way I know that you know, everything's going in the right time. Again, take your time, man. You know, make sure you compare everything the way it goes. Once you determine everything's the same, everything match up, you know, we're gonna go ahead and install this bad boy. Okay, so my water pump came with a gasket. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna go ahead and install this gasket here real quick. So let me go back here. Let me get this gasket. Let me see if I could do this with one hand. Okay, so it's gonna go like this. Now this gasket's pretty easy. Just kind of like put it on, bear with me. Like so. And then just slide it in. Make sure you put these, slide it in here. Like so. Alright. Make sure it's nice and snugged in there. Once you have all that snugged in, we're gonna go ahead and put the water pump. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that here real quick. Okay guys, I ran into a little issue with this water pump. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see here, but this is like this little round, I guess a port where you put the bolt in there, and then there's another one here. Well, apparently when I try to put this water pump in, it won't sit right, and I discovered that this water pump has an issue. You see this round hole here? If I compare it to the old one, it's a little bit more bigger, and it's smaller. So this, because of this hole, it's not big enough. It's not sitting properly in this hole right here. So bad news, I have to get a new water pump, which really sucks. But I guess I'm just gonna have to wait till tomorrow to try to buy a new water pump, and this time I'm not gonna order online. I'm just gonna try to see if I can shop around in my local auto parts stores. But I just want to point that out to you guys. That's why I kind of tell you guys, very important to, whenever you install your any type of part in your vehicle, just compare it to the other one. And again, I noticed this groove right here, it's bigger than this one right here. I don't know if you can tell the difference side by sides, but I'm gonna have to wait till I get a new water pump. Alright guys, just want to kind of mention that to you guys. Alright guys, just to give an idea what I'm talking about, this old pump, this little groove right here, if I measure that here, I don't know if you can see that. One second. I give you a better angle. Here it's like a 2 point. It's like a 2 point. I'm sorry. 0.212. And if I get the new one, this is a little groove I'm talking about. See how it's a little bit smaller, and again it's the same. So this is why it's not sitting correctly on the actual engine block. See, this is it's smaller, so there's a little groove that needs to go kind of sit here in place. See how that's like kind of like perfect right there. This is the old one, and again, so I'm gonna have to get a new water pump. Lesson learned guys, lesson learned.